Arsenal's financial figures released earlier this week revealed that their wage costs increased significantly to 327.8 million in 2023-24, up from 234. It was 327. Hold on, let me start again. It is 327. It was 234. So nearly 100 million, the difference. The big increase in wages costs reflect the arrival of new players that season, such as Declan Rice, Kai Havertz and David Raya, and, of course, having to pay Champions League bonuses. It puts Arsenal on a similar scale to the two Manchester clubs, Liverpool and Chelsea. And earlier today, Arsenal drew PSV Eindhoven in the last 16 of the Champions League, with the winners facing either Real Madrid or Atletico Madrid in the last 8. And Mikel Arteta has been speaking to the media today ahead of his side's home game to West Ham tomorrow. He said PSV will pose them a bit of a challenge.
Well, we played against them. They are a really good team. We know that. We have experienced it, and it will be very difficult, like any other Champions League result that we could have got, or any team. So we know what we are facing. When you are at this stage, every team is really, really good, and once the time comes, we'll be ready for it.
Yeah, so Arsenal have drawn PSV. That's in the last 16 in the Champions League, with the winners facing either Real Madrid or Atletico in the last 8. You're not necessarily happy with the draw, are you?
I'm so disappointed, mate. Honestly, when you look at how things have panned out, we got the two Madrid's sides playing against.
So you've got Real Madrid against Atletico Madrid.
You've got
at
some stage you've got
sorry, Jay. Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen. Go on, carry on. Sorry.
And then you got
Bruges against Aston Villa. They met in the earlier round.
I just feel it's a little bit, and all the English sides in the same side of the draw.
Yes.
I think this is probably the point where people go, hasn't quite worked the way that I think they. So Liverpool, right? Liverpool have won it. Won the.
That's right. Top
was it 32? Was it 32? 36? Whatever it is, right? Huge group, won it, cruised it. They get PSG.
Yeah.
So there's no benefit of actually winning the group.
No.
So I'm not so sure it's worked out the way that a lot of people hoped or planned that it would. I would have personally found a way to try and keep the same sides in the same league away from one another. You don't really want the two Madrid sides facing one another at this stage. And there has to be a way. You can't.
Can you
can't.
Can you seed this stage of the draw or not?
I think there has to be a way. Well, there has been seeded. Look, I suppose people say, well, PSG underperformed. That's why they are where they were. So it could have been an advantage to Liverpool to finish top, but they've got one of the favourites. I mean, I think Liverpool still go past them.
So do I.
By the way,
but you want a smaller club.
But as
a reward for finishing top.
But then you've got Villa playing Bruges, who they'd already played in the group stage. Come on,
you're not happy with it.
Keep the two. No, it's turned out a little bit meh for me in this Champions League.
United faced Spanish side Real Sociedad in the last 16 of the Europa League. Delighted about that. While Spurs will play AZ Alkmaar and Rangers meet Jose's Fenerbahce. Interesting games.
Tasty.
European football expert Kevin Etchard joined Jim White in the studio earlier on today, explaining the structure of the Champions League round of 16 draw.
Liverpool and Barcelona, the theory is they're the two best teams because they were top of the league phase. Yeah. So they want to keep them apart until the final. I do think they need to tweak it, actually, because the way I look at it, and Arne Slot's talked about this, finishing top of the league phase, financially it's good. Yeah. You get a bit of kudos for being the first champions of the league phase for what that's worth. Not very much, I don't think. But because you've had some teams that haven't done particularly well in the league phase, like PSG, suddenly you might run slap bang into them in the last 16.
Yes, I think there's more to that. If you go to the website, you can hear more of that, talksport.com. Let's go to the phone lines. Rob is a Man United fan. Hello, Rob.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, mate. Hey, boys. All right?
Yeah, great. How are you today?
Yeah, not bad. Listen, I was just listening there to you about, obviously, the draw for the Champions League and what have you. Listen, I was dead against the new format first. Absolutely. I thought it was going to load rubbish, to be honest. But if you look at it, we had a load of great games in the group stage, some of the top teams playing the top teams. And then we had this playoff round where we had City, Real Madrid, cracking games. And then we've been treated to some more crackers here in this round of 16. Round of 16 is normally a load of rubbish, you know what I mean? I'm a United fan, but you look back over the years, you get teams like Copenhagen in the round of 16, and you still look at it now, and the quarters, you're going to get some belters, potentially Liverpool, Villa, and in the semis, if everything works out, you're still going to end up with, Liverpool, Real, and Barca Bayern. So, you know what I mean? It's work for a neutral like me at the moment. It's brilliant. And to be honest, if Liverpool win it, which I hope they don't, because, you know, as you can imagine, I can't stand them, but they are rightfully the best in Europe. They've beaten all the top teams possible. So for me, it's a great setup.
Okay, Rob, what a good call that was. Let's quickly go to John, a Spurs fan. Hello, John.
Hi guys, how are you?
I'm good,
John,
man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, I'm with the Man U fan, which is unusual to agree with one of them, but I was against it. I loved it. It was so much better not playing the same teams twice. No one needs to see that. And my concern is now, and I don't know if you guys know, now we're all on the same side of the draw pretty much. Because the fifth Champions League space, does that make it harder for us to get the coefficient points to secure that?
I think it must do.
For like Liverpool to win it, they have to knock everybody out a lot earlier. So how does this draw affect our Champions League coefficient?
I think inevitably.
That's what I'm curious about.
I think it will have an impact because the further English sides go, it's not just this competition; it's Europa League, Conference League as well. So it goes through there. But going back to the original point that he made there, I think the way that this has turned out, I think can be tweaked. So I don't mind how it started out. I'm now looking at what we're looking at now. Two sides from the same country playing one another. You've got two German sides, two Spanish sides.
Do you think the first round of knockout, like 16, then you should have stipulations where you keep English and German?
I think you should.
But then after that, it's a free-for-all?
Oh, yeah, that's how it was before. Okay, exactly how it was before.
What about the fact it's all mapped out already?
Yeah, that again, maybe do that next round. You know, there must be a way.
I wouldn't even do that.
But they did that. That was always the way, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Once you get the last 16, then it's mapped out.
I just like the way. I think it's more exciting. You know, like the FA Cup, every round you get the draw.
Yeah.
Who we got? We got turn talkSPORT on.
Yeah. No,
I think it should be done like that.
We just heard Kevin Atchard say that they want the best sides to be kept apart because that was what it was a little bit like when like Forest won it. They played Malmo.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
Malmo, not Malmo.
They played Malmo.
Malmo. You go low for the second part of that syllable.
Malmo.
Malmo.
How'd you say it?
I go up for both. Malmo.
You
go down.
I'll
Malmo.
Go down for them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Down for them.
Anyway, there is way. I think that they may well look at this and tweak it slightly, but to have two sides, two games.
Yeah, it's pretty silly. And also the fact that Villa are playing aside of all.
I mean, Madrid, they don't want to play one another.
No.
Leverkusen don't want to play Bayern Munich. Not yet.
Not yet.
talkSPORT Drive with Andy Goldstein. Monday to Friday afternoon from 4 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.